So, is it time for the Pittsburgh Steelers to finally give up on Aaron Rodgers and trade for Kirk Cousins? Let's talk about it. So, as I'm posting this on May 26th, Aaron Rodgers is still not signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. In fact, he was on a podcast that was uploaded a few days ago, and he seemed pretty chill, man. He seemed like he's done with football. There was a report that a few close people in his life are dealing with cancer right now, so he's going through a lot. And I watched a bit of the podcast he just appeared on, and like I just said, he appears to be really chill. I don't really think he's in any rush to sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers. In fact, if I had to make a prediction, I really think he is waiting for the Minnesota Vikings. There was even an NFL Network employee that had the same theory, so I'm sure there is a part of him that still wants to play ball, no question about it. He was interviewed on Pat McAfee, like 2-3 weeks ago. He said he was totally cool with only playing for like $5 million, which is kind of crazy to say, but I think the hunger is still there. I just think it's kind of not great timing for him as a person with all of the inner circle stuff he's dealing with right now. And I hope he gets it figured out. But yeah, man, if I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm just pulling the plug on Aaron Rodgers, and I'm just going to trade for Kirk Cousins this week. Even the owner, Art Rooney, is a bit surprised that he hasn't got an answer from Aaron at this point in the offseason. So I feel like even maybe he is getting a little fed up. And that's the thing, man. It's kind of a fascinating debate because Aaron Rodgers did put up pretty decent stats in the 2024 season. And, if you compare him to Kirk Cousins on 2024 alone, both guys are coming off torn Achilles. One guy looked pretty competent. The other guy looked like a complete bum out there. So, for all the people that are saying Aaron Rodgers can still play ball, he's still a pretty good quarterback, I think it's a pretty fun argument because I definitely see both sides to it. And I know I just touched on the stats, but if you actually watched the Jets play a year ago, he wasn't really taking a lot of chances down the field. He was pretty gun-shy in my opinion, and if he was going to throw the ball deep, it was just like these deep posts that essentially where he would lead the receiver out of bounds every single time. So my question to you is Aaron Rodgers worth the wait at this point in 2025? You let me know in the comments below. Now, I'm not sure how the Steelers and the Falcons would deal with Kirk Cousins' contract. I don't know if the Falcons would have to retain some of that salary and what have you. But the compensation for Kirk Cousins would probably be like a 7th round draft pick, at very most a 6th. So, I don't know, man. I would definitely do it at this point. As of right now, the Steelers quarterback room concludes of Mason Rudolph, Skylar Thompson, and Will Howard. Easily, I'd say the worst quarterback room in the NFL. I mean, hypothetically, let's play a fun game for a second. If they ran with that room for the entire duration of the 2025 season, man, what are we talking about? Like 3 wins, tops? Maybe the rookie Will Howard has some rookie magic that would maybe bump it up to 5 wins, but I don't know about that. So regardless, they got to make a move here, and time is running out, man. Training camp is a month away, OTAs right around the corner, and I just feel like, Aaron's 40 years old now, going to a brand new team, brand new system. I know he has some familiarity with Arthur Smith, so it wouldn't be too steep of a jump, but I'm telling you, it would just be kind of a rough spot to put yourself in. More time, more reps. It's just a lot better for any new player going to a new team. And honestly, man, if I'm a Steelers fan, back-to-back seasons where the quarterback situation is pretty sketchy, I'd be pretty fed up. I'd start booing at home games. I really think the Mike Tomlin era has to come to an end. Even if you don't agree with me there, something has to change, man. Something has to change. I would do maybe like a mini rebuild, maybe just maybe. There were some kind of super light rumors of maybe TJ Watt getting moved. So if the Steelers are completely terrible in 2025, maybe that's a name to look out for around the trade deadline. You never know. But regardless, man, something has to change in Pittsburgh because it's just not working anymore. And I know Mike Tomlin is on that crazy win streak of having a record over 500 and making the playoffs every single year, but it's pointless if you're just going to go one and done year after year after year after year. Even though I think Mike Tomlin and the Steelers should part ways, that's not me saying Mike Tomlin's a bad coach. He's obviously a great head coach, but at the end of the day, business is business, and we're just seeing a pattern for many, many years now, and something has to change. And it's kind of funny too. I feel like the NFL is kind of trolling Aaron Rodgers too, because week 1 of the 2025 season, they're at the New York Jets, 1 o'clock window game. Just complete comedy right there. So there was a rumor that apparently Aaron Rodgers was going to wait until the scheduled release date so that he could avoid playing in primetime games, because apparently he doesn't want to do that in the 2025 year, which I kind of understand to a certain extent, but I don't know if that rumor is true. I don't think it is, but still, I just think it's kind of hilarious how the Steelers are playing the Jets in week 1. And if you think I'm completely off base with the NFL trolling Aaron Rodgers, the Pittsburgh Steelers are also playing the Green Bay Packers in a primetime game in October. So, I don't know, man. If he does end up going to the Pittsburgh Steelers, definitely 2 marquee games there for sure. If only that game was in Lambeau, that would just be the cherry on top. But yeah, man, in my perfect world, I would really want to see Aaron Rodgers play for the Minnesota Vikings for his final year in the NFL. I just think it would be highly entertaining stuff. You have the Brett Favre storyline there. He's playing Green Bay twice, of course, division rivals. And not only that, man, he would be playing with an elite head coach on a pretty elite offense with a pretty good defense. So I just think it would be a perfect fit. Will J.J. McCarthy be good in 2025? Probably, because he has Kevin O'Connell, but I'm still very questionable on if he'll be healthy throughout the whole season. Maybe Aaron Rodgers kind of sees the same thing that I'm seeing right now. But regardless, we're still in the waiting game. But hopefully either the Steelers or Aaron Rodgers makes a move soon, because I feel like all NFL fans and even the media included are tired of talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers and Aaron Rodgers. But it is what it is. We're in May, about to be in June, so not a lot of news going on. So you kind of got to take what you can get. So let me know what you think about the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins. Where do you want Kirk Cousins to go? Where do you want Aaron Rodgers to go? And what should the Steelers do? Let me know in the comments below. If you made this far, please subscribe and like the vid. It'd help out your boy a ton. That's all I got for right now. Peace.